Namaskar and welcome to our today's session. In our today's session, we will dwell into the depths of one of the most enduring water agreements in the modern history, which is the Indus Water Treaty. For having the discussion in this topic, today we have with us Justice Hemant Gupta. Sir has served as the Judge of Supreme Court of India and currently he is serving as the Chairperson of India International Arbitration Centre. In our today's session, we are going to have our discussion related to the Indus Water Treaty arbitration which is currently going on and also the reasons for this dispute. I hope this session is going to make you learn some things and it is going to be an insightful session and I hope you are going to gain some knowledge with this session. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Welcome to our today's session. So today's session is regarding a very important issue which is regarding the Indus Water Treaty, a treaty which was signed between the two countries, India and Pakistan, around 6 decades ago. And recently we have seen that this treaty is coming into news because of the India-Pakistan dispute. So sir, for our audience, can you please explain what is this treaty and why is it important for both the countries?
The unfortunate partition of the country in 1947 has led to many problems, including migration of population from both countries to each other and also water dispute. Because India has is the riparian state, meaning thereby that the rivers originate in India and they flow from India to downwards, including Pakistan, including some within the country. So there was a dispute that how this water should be utilized. There is no undeniable fact that the water is a necessity for human survival and therefore the Pakistan also requires water. But the question is to what extent? And that is the dispute which India now calls as unfair, which appears to be unfair in the sense that Pakistan is given a right to utilize 80% of water as against India remaining 20%, and there are a lot of restrictions how India will utilize that water. While signing this treaty, I would say that neither the population nor the land mass has been taken into consideration for signing this treaty, which appears to be highly tilted in favor of Pakistan.
Okay, sir. So sir, when it comes to the Indus Water Treaty, so can you please explain how is this treaty binding upon both the countries, whether we talk about India or Pakistan?
Two sovereign countries can agree on certain terms in respect of anything, and they entered into this treaty with the intervention of the World Bank. But it is an agreement between two countries, and as India has said that it is putting this treaty in abeyance, is only to say that renegotiate, which is more balanced rather than tilted heavily in favor of one country. Even if India doesn't accept treaty even now, what will happen? The dispute between inter-countries, none of the bodies like even Permanent Court of Arbitration, which was considering the dispute, how do they enforce their award? Is a more of a moral obligation, a worldwide pressure which compels either parties to comply with the award. But if as a sovereign country India says that it doesn't give any importance, what will happen? Some countries may put a sanction, like USA has found of putting sanctions, but no other country puts a sanction. And the other cause can be the armed conflict. So that is nobody wants to get into it. But if water is actually lifeline, if water is a cause of dispute, then let it be. We can't help it out.
Yes. So just now only you told us about the disputes between the two countries. We have also seen that in order to resolve these disputes, both the countries have agreed to start with the arbitration process. And we have also noted that India did not participated in the first arbitration which was being carried out related to this treaty between the two countries.
This Indus Water Treaty has a very strange mechanism. One is there is a permanent commission where there is a commissioner from both countries. They sit together and try to resolve. If they are not able to resolve, then it goes to neutral expert to be appointed by the World Bank. And there is also a procedure of appointing a court of arbitrator, which is another jurisdiction, another provision. But the agreement, the treaty says that if there is a conflict between neutral experts and the court of arbitrators, it is the opinion of the neutral expert will govern. Neutral expert has been appointed. Actually, the World Bank could not decide on this issue. The World Bank appointed neutral expert and also requested court of arbitrator on the same day, probably 17th of October 2022. So the World Bank probably should have acted more responsibly. They should have clearly chalked out either neutral expert or court of arbitrator.
Sir, recently we have also seen that because of the tensions rising between both the countries, India has suspended this treaty as of now. So, is it going to affect the arbitration which is already being carried out between both the countries?
No, India has used the word, not the suspension or termination, it has used the word abeyance. Abeyance is the subject of interpretation. What does abeyance means? The Court of Arbitrator has examined this issue and says, since the abeyance is subsequent to the cognizance of the dispute, it will not affect the proceedings before the Court of Arbitrators. It all depends upon the intention of the parties, how they behave in future. If India says that no, they will not give the water, what is happening now is India is not releasing water as per the terms of the treaty. Once it is stored, when the dam can't hold the water more, they release without any determination of that how much. It's not a regulated release, so it causes floods on downstream. But all these things can't continue for long. India is saying that we should renegotiate. Pakistan says no, we will not renegotiate. The Court of Arbitrators also say that it will not affect the India's decision to keep the treaty in abeyance. So it's a very difficult situation. World Bank has to rise to the occasion and to intervene for renegotiations. And renegotiations will be difficult because of the hardened stance of both parties. The hostility between the two countries will not make negotiations possible. So it's endangers war. Actually, that's what some of the Pakistan politicians says, that the dam is within their reach of the armed, the missiles they will destroy. So India has a defensive system which is equally effective, and if any missile is fired from Pakistan, it can be neutralized mid-air.
We have recently seen these things. Sir, if India continues its stance of not following the terms as per the as per the conflict which has recently taken place, and India has put a hold upon this treaty. So then what will be the implications imposed on India if India does not allow the water of Indus flow towards Pakistan?
As of now, India doesn't have any effective mechanism to stop the flow of water to downstream. But only thing is that India can create a mechanism to divert water by rivers, open drains, or other open rivers that can create difficulty for Pakistan. Creating difficulty for Pakistan means open invitation for war, because the population of Pakistan can't be deprived of the water. The leadership of Pakistan and of India should be responsible enough not to get into war mode, to renegotiate the terms. 80% water doesn't make any sense to Pakistan. Neither the population of India nor the land mass will justify release of 80% water to Pakistan. It has to be reduced. To what extent reduced? What should be the control mechanism? Dams. Now the Kishanganga dam has been permitted, but Kishanganga dam, how far it will be able to control water? It's a discharge of the water has to be there. That's again a sensitive issue.
Very right, sir. Sir, also we have known this fact that India just wanted to make some developments in the Jammu Kashmir region, because of which India wanted the water flowing from the Indus to be reflowed in the country itself. So can you please tell us about some of the projects which the Indian government is planning to be taken place in future in the Jammu Kashmir region and also in the region where the Indus River flows?
No, North India is short of water. The dispute between Punjab and Haryana regarding water dispute is prominent. It is has seen many rounds before the Supreme Court. So is water is the lifeline for any country. Water is required for Jammu and Kashmir also for development, and also for Punjab and Haryana and Rajasthan.
Right.
The Bhakra Beas project has given new life to Rajasthan. There is an Indira Gandhi canal which was constructed, which provided irrigation facility to henceforth unknown areas of Rajasthan where there was never a crop. Now the people are cultivating. We have to provide. India is a vast country. Gujarat is Narmada water there, but everything is required for sustenance for human population. Without water, nothing will move. So India requires much more water than what is currently reserved for it.
Yes, sir. Because we have recently seen that India is also planning to grow crops in the regions of Jammu and Kashmir. So for the farming purpose, generation of electricity and the sustainable development, as you quoted, India requires the Indus water. And let's see what is going to happen in this field. Sir, as per your expertise, and we just want your opinion that how this dispute can be resolved and can be resolved for future, so that this dispute cannot arise again in the future.
For dispute resolution, both countries have to act responsibly in the best interest of both. For Pakistan, it's a human survival. So we can't say that we'll not supply water, but also we require water at the industry generation. If electricity is generated, Jammu and Kashmir can have industry. At the moment, there is no industry in the entire Jammu and Kashmir region. You require water for irrigation, you require water for electricity generation, and that's the same thing happened with the Bhakra. We require uh, responsibility from both, and also a requirement of India. The population of India is 140 billion. It's much more than the the Pakistan is 2.4 billion, and keeping with the population and the land mass and the areas which are covered, which are water deficient, don't go down south or mid or central Delhi, central India. Rajasthan is a water deficient area. Haryana is a water deficient area. But Punjab is water deficient area because the river Beas and Satluj, they pass through it. It's not the water level in Punjab is coming down heavily. I'm told in certain areas is you find water at the depth of 1,000 meters. So we need water. Without water, we can't do it that India's population will suffer at the cost of Pakistan. Both have to be balanced.
Very rightly said, sir. Both the countries will have to take the responsibility in order to resolve the dispute, and also to see that our future upcoming generation can get the adequate amount of water for living. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
thoughts
you,
on this.
Shaurya, for organizing this podcast.
Thank you.
So nice of you.